May we humbly bow down to all graces of all Buddhas, Maha-Buddhas, Pacceka Buddhas, Maha-Pacceka Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, Maha-Bodhisattvas, all the Arahants, the Maha-Arahants, the fully enlightened ones, the great Gurus, great Masters, the grace of Luang Por Posi Surya Khemarato, all the embodiments of the great perfections and the Buddha seeds, the grace of fathers and mothers of all lifetimes. Please hold the space for all of us. We would like to declare removal and cancellation, renunciation and revocation of all deluded desires and expectations within eyes, ears, nose, tongue, body and mind, and the add-ons of sensual perceptions within sounds, smells, tastes, touches and shapes, mental elements, and the add-ons with anything whatsoever through opinions and meanings. We would like to declare renunciation and revocation of all deluded desires and expectations, worldly or spiritually, and within all types of relationships, which is temporary existing, to give back and forth and pay back debts of karma to one another back and forth, whether it is between fathers and mothers, sons and daughters, husbands and wives, relatives, friends, enemies, those kind supporters, ancestors, among societies, nations, countries, homelands, among the earthly beings or galactic beings. We would like to declare removal and cancellation of all curses, well-wishing, vengeance, revenges, jealousy, comparison, all the add-ons to looking, seeing and knowing, tasting, touching, smelling, hearing, listening. All about ideas, thoughts, recalls, memories, feelings, emotions with add-ons, judgments, all the obligations, commitments, promises. They are the conditions, endless conditions, binding us, unable to liberate, unable to help each other, one another, to liberate from all conditions, from obligations, commitments, promises, vows that are not aligned with that which has nothing to do with anything. May we humbly ask for forgiveness for all conditionings we have made through our own opinions and meanings, bondages from our own mind in relation to all graces. With something that has nothing to do with anything, with something that has no conditions. All the rejections, the assumed up of rejections from our own mind, of following anyone through the rejections and believing, rejecting towards all graces, causing someone like that to always rejecting, rejecting the noble truth, rejecting the form of blessing of the graces of the Buddhas, the Arahants, the Bodhisattvas, Mahabodhisattvas. Karma of chasing anyone or those with great misfortunes to face difficulties and to be far away from their living places, causing someone like that to wander homeless, endless, facing always difficulties. We would like to humbly ask for forgiveness for all the cases of hurting and harming, of ignoring the noble truth, ignoring the blessing of the graces, of the great perfections, hurting and harming physically, mentally, and verbally to anyone or anything. Using black magic towards anyone or anything. Using mindfulness, concentration, contemplations, spiritual insights, meditative absorption, meditative power, authoritative power, supernatural power, to hurt and harm anyone or in a wrong way, in the way of trying to attain, maintain, sustain, or attain that which is unattainable, ungraspable, causing endless effort for this kind of aiming for achievement or attainment. This is the conditions we have made towards oneself. May all cases of karma be released from now on. Ahosi, ahosi, ahosi. Let's brighten out beyond the brightness. Widen out further and further into universes and beyond. Otherwise, we'll be stuck with the assumed state of mind, whether it is in the looking, seeing and knowing, listening, hearing, tasting, touching, smelling, all types of forms of perceptions, which has been made up and conditioned oneself until it's become habitual and crystallized. The clinging state is crystallized by all the desire, delusive attachment and delusions, which by oneself assume up and hold on to it, by oneself conditioning oneself, one's own mind, like a spell, like hypnotizing one's own mind. And it can be from one's own choices that one thinks that one can choose anything in life. And being deluded to it, because that is one's own conditioning, including all the obligations, all the commitments, including all the assumed up of opinions and meanings by looking, seeing, and knowing, by using the eyes, ears, nose, tongue, body, and mind. From that viewpoint, there's only bondages, bindings by one's own conditions, which has been made up by oneself. This includes everything, whether it is about time, about life, about connections, relationship, all ideas, concepts, doctrines, dogmas, beliefs, biases, belief values, all the values given, all the identifications, naming, everything. These are bondages. They condition oneself, and one is lost in it, totally lost. Therefore, let's be awakened. Don't get lost in such grasping, lost in such desire, delusive attachments and delusion of whatever that one has been giving meanings to and opinions about. Let's unleash it. Everything is from that which has nothing to do with anything. Nothing is in anything. Let's be awakened and be enlightened to this truth. As already mentioned, it's not about my truth or your truth or anyone's truth. Because your truth is your own opinions that you condition yourself. And you are lost in it until you think that your truth is so important. This is just a condition. Let's brighten out, widen out beyond all conditions. Everything is from not attached to the non-attachment itself, let alone being attached or detached with anything. Give. Let's give the infinite force, that which is not about being conditioned or not. Being limited or not. Widen out further and further without targets, destinations, or focuses. Everything. Everything, everything, everything. This infinite force of the great compassion needs to be assumed up constantly and it will unleash and dissolve all conditions of the mind, all the spells of the mind, all the propagandas of the mind. Let's go beyond the taking on of your conditions, from your good deed that is here, or the bad deed that is here. For when it's coming, the good deeds turn into something like comfort. Physical comforts or mental comforts. And when it's the bad deed that is coming to give effect, it's turned into difficulties, whether it is physical, mental, or verbal. These are the conditioning as well. So use the reminders more constantly. Everything is not about anything. Everything is from that which has nothing to do with grasping or not grasping, cutting or not cutting. Engaging or disengaging. Scatter it into the universes and beyond. Beyond the beyond. There is no need to go into details of anything, because you will get lost in it easily. Guide the way with the reminders, the self-purified reminders. Because they can shine out, shining through everything naturally. That means there is the purification of the extinction, the natural extinction, and the emptiness. Emptiness that is not emptiness will truly purify the ideas to hold on to the emptiness. And all the methods and ways trying to be empty or not empty. To be enlightened or not enlightened. Everything is from that which has nothing to do with grasping or not grasping. Attachment or non-attachment. Involvement or non-involvement. Let the infinite force scattered into everything and beyond everything. It will cleanse and purify all the concepts, belief values, traditional values, the effort to achieve something, whether it is worldly or spiritually. This is also a condition that binds oneself with all the methods and ways to reach to somewhere. This also by one's own assumed up, made up in the mind. A condition, a bondage, ways of practices, methods, path, in order to achieve, to attain, to obtain. Obtaining something that is unattainable, achieving something that is unachievable, attaining something that is unattainable. What a waste. Grasping something that is ungraspable. What a waste. Give. Give that which is unconditional, unlimited, limitless. With everything. Everything is from that which has nothing to do with attachment or non-attachment, involvement or non-involvement. Engagement or disengagement. Letting go or not letting go.